everyone. I am Ronnie Jane Baring from Gibiyaan Group, and today we will be going to discuss the two topics that assigned to us, such as completion of short answer tests and types of completion. So before I proceed, let me introduce to you my group mates. Miss Sibugan, Miss De Loyola, Miss Villasor, Miss Ligan, and Miss Yacon. So now, let me define first what does it mean when we say test completion. So test completion is the last stage of the software testing life cycle. It results in a report that it is a test manager or a test lead prepares that showcases the completed data from the test execution. Let's understand the key activities carried out in test closure. In addition, completion items are a type of short answer question. In completion items, learners are required to insert a word or words to complete a sentences or a series of sentences. While completion items may be used to assess different types of skill and knowledge, they are generally used to test basic knowledge. Lin and Miller 2005 stated that completion and short answer items can be answered in a word phrase, number, or symbol. These types of items are essentially the same, only varying in whether the problem is presented as a statement or a question.
Hi sir, I am Jessamine Jan De Loyola from Group Gibiyaan, and today me and my co-member will discuss the types of completion, and I will be the one to discuss the simple recall type test item. A simple recall type test item is one in which items appears as a direct question, a stimulus word or praise, or a specific direction. The response must be recalled by the pupil from his past experience rather than merely identified from a list of suggested answers supplied by the teacher. So the typical response to the simple recall item is short, preferably a single word or phrase. Simple recall type is a test of memory in which participants are presented with stimuli and then after a delay are asked to remember as many of the stimuli as possible. So it requires the students to recall the previous learned lesson, and you can answer only on a short word or phrase. So this test is applicable in natural science subjects like biological, mathematical, chemical, and physical science, where the stimulus appears in a form of a problem that requires computation. So we prepared an example for a simple recall type test so you can better understand what it is. And the one who will be assigned to this report is Miss Villasor. So now I will pass the floor to Miss Villasor for her presentation.
A pleasant day to all of you. I am Villasor Rhea May, and today I will give you an example on how a simple recall test is done. So an example of a simple recall type test item is a question like this. How many oranges can one buy for 35 cents when oranges cost 7 cents each? So what was the answer? The answer is 5 oranges. The recall type test is one in which the student must bring forth recall by his own mental effort in order to answer correctly. Simple recall tests engage your memory and you need to find the answer by yourself. Recall tests will ask you questions that enable you to recall freely. So this given question is an example of a simple recall type test, where it enables you to recall your knowledge in this type of question. So like for example in the question number 1, convert 5 meters to centimeters. This question enables you to recall your knowledge in the field of mathematics. Same as the number 2. Who is the Philippine national hero? This question enables you to recall your history subject. And lastly, the number 3, what planet is called to Earth's twin sister? Ask you to recall your knowledge in the science. So the response must be recalled from the past experience rather than merely identified from a list of suggested answers supplied by the teacher. Essay, fill in the blank, and short answer question require you to recall the information. That what is the example of a simple recall type test, and I'll pass the floor to the next reporter.
Hello everyone, I am Jenny Ligan and I am one of the reporter of Group Gibyaan. So, advantages. This type of test is particularly valuable in mathematics and physical sciences, where the stimulus appears in the form of a problem requiring computation. It is easy to construct. Thus, items are sufficiently reliable and highly valid. The familiarity of facts and naturalness is measured, and the scoring and interpretation of the responses of the students do not pose any problem.
A pleasant day everyone, I am Abigail Sibugan from Gibiyaan Group. Now, I will discuss to you the second type of completion, which is the completion type test items, fill in the blanks. So this is a series of sentences in which certain important words or phrases have been omitted and blanks submitted for the students to fill in. So completion questions require a student to complete a statement that is missing one or more key elements like words, phrases, numbers, and etc. Similar to matching type and true or false, completion questions are considered better for assessing lower levels of cognition and are best to check whether key facts have been memorized. However, unlike the question types, completion questions rely more heavily on recall than cognition. A sentence may contain a simple blank or it may contain two or more blanks. The sentence in the test may be disconnected or they may be organized into a paragraph. So, do not insert too many blanks as this can make the question ambiguous and often meaningless. It is better to break the item up into a number of sentences with fewer blanks in each. Only leave significant words blank. Leave enough information to eliminate doubt as to the meaning of the item so that learners who have required knowledge or understanding can supply the correct response. So it is recommended that only one blank per item is used. Just like for example, mitochondria is the blank of the cell. So we have only one blank here. So the answer is the powerhouse. So mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. So second example is zygote is a eukaryotic cell formed by a blank event between two blanks. So we have two blanks here. So the answer in the first blank is fertilization and in the second blank is gametes. So the answer is zygote is a eukaryotic cell formed by fertilization event between two gametes. That's all with my part. Now I am giving the floor to the next reporter for the continuation. Thank you for listening and God bless.
Good day everyone, I'm Casey Yahon, one of the member of Gibyaan Group. This is a continuation of Miss Abigail Sibugan report. Now, I'm going to report the 5 advantages of completion. First is, these questions are most based on memory. Second, such type of items are popular and widely used. The students are quite familiar with such item. Third, there is no scope of guesswork and as such, they are more reliable. Fourth, such item can measure both knowledge and comprehension understanding of the subject matter, while simple recall type items can measure the knowledge aspect only. 5. Completion type items are easy to construct. And that's all. Thank you.